And I did this on purpose because I knew she wasn't going to be wearing. I said wear a watch because we're going to be doing a wristwatch check. Back by popular demand, I have my wife back on the channel. This time we're doing a little bit of an update on my collection. This is WatchKelly. Go ahead, take a look.
Hi guys.
She is currently 8 months pregnant.
9 months pregnant.
9 months pregnant is what I said.
Counting?
I'm
not Chris.
Not WatchChris, I guess. 9 months pregnant, which means that she will be having our daughter very soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed, everything goes well. But today we're going to be doing a little bit of an update to my collection. Today, actually, I have this in a beautiful box. It is a tool watch box from Worn & Wound. It's in red. It's made out of really thick metal with glass and wood. And they're sort of, I don't know, would you call those tweed?
Yeah, it's tweed definitely pillows? Tweed. And I think that's really cool because usually it's like that micro suede. Yeah. So it makes it
and it looks like really teak special. A little bit. So the box is awesome. I'll do plenty of video and pictures of the box, and I'll also put a link to the box down in the description. I think they go for like $254, somewhere in that range. I know that they have them on sale and they have them in a bunch of different colors. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to be showing my wife one of the watches in my core collection, and I'm going to be getting her reaction from them. And she already has a little bit of a reaction just by looking at the watch case in front of us. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'd like to make an overall reaction first. It is so much bigger than my collection.
Well, I've been collecting watches longer than you, so in my defense. So, yeah. And I actually collect watches. I think you just sort of have collected watches, but you don't collect watches, if there's a big difference. Anyway, let's just start with the first watch. It is a Vacheron. It is my Vacheron Overseas. This is a stainless steel version with a world time complication. What are your thoughts on this watch? I know you see me wear this watch pretty often.
And you talk about it even more.
I talk about it a lot because it is probably one of my favorite watches, definitely.
I love this watch. I think that it's a very classic look. It looks great on your wrist. It wears really well. It finds its way onto your wrist all the time.
Yes, I do wear it a lot. So a very popular watch with me. It's one of my favorite watches. It was a ground watch of mine for a very long time. That is definitely a watch that will never leave my collection. Next watch we're going to look at is another Vacheron. This is the Key de Lee. I don't know if I say that right.
I don't think you do.
Key de Lee.
I like this watch too. I think it's really cool. We've talked about this before. We talked about this on the other
Yes, so last time we did your State of the Collection, we actually talked about this watch. I mentioned
that one.
And then before we move on to the next watch, let's do a quick wristwatch check. And Kelly has just reached to put on her watch because... And I did this on purpose because I knew she wasn't going to be wearing. I said wear a watch because we're going to be doing a wristwatch check.
Just took it off.
And of course, here we are.
I am wearing my JLC Reverso.
Sort of wearing it.
Two-tone.
If she takes her hand away, it's going to fall off. There you go. There's a watch that is a two-tone JLC Reverso. Really beautiful watch. It is a quartz, actually, right? Correct? That's a quartz. Very. It is a quartz. Okay. You ever wind it? Yes, you should know this. I don't know why. Okay, the next watch, I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball. This is a weird watch that I recently purchased. Actually, I've had this for about a year now. This is a Romain Jerome, which I'm not a huge fan of the brand in general, but I love this watch. It's a driver style watch, which is kind of impossible to tell the time on when you're actually driving because the display for the hours in the front and the minutes are on the back of the watch, which don't really make a lot of sense. But what do you think of this?
Pretty dangerous.
It's kind of dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's been much more than a year that I've been looking at this thing. It's It's like you're wearing a VCR on your wrist, almost like a smaller version. It's like futuristic, but from, I don't know, the 90s.
Maybe like a laser disc player?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Okay.
Like MP3.
I'll take that. I like that. I like the designs. I like those 90 designs, and the 90s I think were a pretty good time.
It's coming back now.
This is yeah, I think the style is, you know, something that goes and then it comes back. The next watch is probably I think this is my most expensive watch, the biggest purchase I've ever made for a watch. This is a Traditional World Timer from Vacheron. All my Vacherons are no longer being made, so they're all retired, including this. They retired this I think about 2 or 3 years ago. So this is in rose gold, and when Vacheron do a watch in gold, it is in complete gold. So everything here is in gold. The dial, the spring bars, everything. I put this on a $16 strap from Amazon. What do you think?
Well, I like the high-low with the $16 strap and
Everybody
the
says that.
$15 watch. But I think it's really hard to go wrong with a Vacheron. This is gorgeous. I feel like it is very similar to your World Timer, but your overseas
World Timer. It is very, very similar.
But I can see how you would keep them both in your collection forever.
Definitely never leaving my collection.
Yeah, I can get that.
So a watch that I know you really love. This is the Cartier Santos.
I love the gold, the smaller version, more feminine version.
Well, this is 42 mil. I think you could pull this off. Never really tried to wear this, but you definitely should try it one day. It has a bracelet too. The bracelet is really awesome. So you definitely like that watch, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's not like my top choice.
Okay.
But I like it.
All right. Do you know what watch this is?
I do. And I think this is a cool watch. It's just like a fun, sporty.
Yes, this is my
really
friend Danny Reuter. This is Reuter Watches. This is his chronograph. I absolutely love this watch as well. Another watch that will never leave my collection. See, that is a Valjoux 7750. I'm sure you don't know anything about the movement, but it's a really nice one. You do know? You know what a Valjoux 7750 is? I think she does because she worked for Panerai for a while. So the Valjoux 7750, very popular with Panerai.
Yeah.
But usually not finished to this level.
Let me see.
That was a dig on Panerai, everybody. I don't know if anybody caught that. Sorry. Okay, let's move on to the next watch. It's a beautiful watch. This I know you like, so you've told me this before. Another watch that I know you're familiar with because you actually purchased this watch.
I did.
This is a watch that you actually purchased from a garage sale.
Estate sale.
Well,
yeah.
you can call it an estate sale. It's basically a garage sale that you went to, and you called me up and you told me that they had an Omega and they wanted $650 for it.
I think we bid $650 for
$650. That's what it was. It wasn't a bid, right? They just let us buy it for $650.
No. We were bidding against.
Either way, $650 is what we paid for this watch, and here it is. I actually had this watch serviced, but this is the bracelet that it came on. What do you think of this watch? I never actually asked you what you thought of the watch itself.
I appreciate the watch. I don't necessarily. It wouldn't have been like my choice of watch. I'm not wild about the oval shape.
Oval shape. Well, speaking of oval shapes, here is yet another oval shaped watch. This is a watch that I paid around. I think I paid around $850 for this watch.
What is that strap? What is that bracelet?
So this is a
what does it mean?
This is a vintage Hoyer 510-501. It's sort of like a Top Gun style watch. They're pilot's watches from the 80s. No, it's awesome. It's just a really cool PVD coated watch that is very similar case wise to that vintage Speedmaster, the vintage Omega.
From the same.
They're around the same era, I believe. Yeah.
Nice.
So you're not in love with that watch?
Yeah, it's not a shape that speaks to me.
No.
I'm not wild about it.
All right. Well, this one I know kind of speaks to you because
yes.
You can see there's
another one that I purchased.
Right. This is another watch that you purchased. This was a watch that you gave me when we got married.
Yeah.
This is a Panerai in titanium with a tobacco dial.
Right.
And you have that date cyclops. I really love this watch. And you can see how much I loved it because I wore the living crap out of this watch. It's scratched everywhere. It looks like it's been through a rock tumbler. Really, it's been really well loved. So you like this watch?
Yeah, I like.
Are you obligated to say that you like this watch?
No, because I don't work there anymore.
But do you feel obligated to say that you like the watch?
One thing that I like, well, maybe I liked it a lot more then. I always liked how they put gold hands with their titanium watches.
Okay. This has silver hands, but that's fine.
What?
This has silver hands, but this does have a value 7750. You're very astute. This is my this is my father's watch.
Favorite in the collection, but that is not a nice strap.
No, this is actually. I mean, this is a nice strap. I don't think it's the right strap for this watch.
Yeah.
You know. I think there's better straps that you could choose for this watch, but this is a Zenith Elite. This is I think they consider this an ultra thin. You can see this is actually very thin. Beautiful sort of silver champagne dial. This does have gold hands.
I have always loved that.
I helped my father. Yeah, I helped my father buy that, which was a big deal at that time. Another curveball. Another weird watch that I think you never liked.
I just don't get it. I don't.
This is the Mad One from Mad One Galleries.
It's so clunky.
It is clunky. So there's something about clunky watches that I like. And something about weird watches that I like. And I like that you could tell the time from the side of the watch. And then you have this rotor that spins around. I'm not going to say it's the best looking watch that I own, obviously. But I think it's just creative. And that's kind of why I like it.
But so what's the point of this? What's the point of the rotor on the top?
That.
So it's like a fidget that you could tell the time on the side. It's a very expensive fidget.
It's actually, I mean, it's expensive. I think it was like $3,000 or just under $3,000, at least when I purchased it. They just recently came out with the green version, which I think are around that same price. But so not a fan of that. No. What about this guy? This is a very big titanium JLC. This is the Navy SEALs diving chronograph GMT.
Have you ever gone diving?
I've never gone diving. I think I've gone swimming with it, but that's about it. No.
It's a lot. I feel like it had its time. I feel like it's had its...
Are you telling me to sell this watch?
No. I feel like it's dated. It's like pretty dated now.
Dated?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like it was cool when we got it, right?
I don't know. I mean, if you think it's dated, that's your opinion. Yeah, I'm not. You gonna say? All right, let's move on.
All right.
The next watch. This is actually a family watch, and
this is actually my watch. So let's just start with that.
Yes. Well, technically, yes. I think it is your watch, but it's a family watch. It's within the family. This is an Abercrombie and Fitch Seafarer. And this is right here. It
has a time and tide indicator.
Time and tide indicator. It's a chronograph. These were developed by Jack Hoyer.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? Did I tell you that? Yes.
You did.
And this one's in actually really good condition. I believe the hands were replaced, but that is it. Everything else is basically original. And your dad or your grandfather actually engraved the name in the back here.
My grandfather.
Yeah, it was your grandfather. Very, very cool watch. Was sitting in a drawer with like forks and knives, and then it was found.
Not with forks and knives.
Well, I assume that's how I pictured it. It was just a bunch of forks and knives and rubber bands, like a kitchen drawer.
No, it was like a nightstand.
Nightstand. All right. Well, I just figured it was forks, knives, and spoons. Okay. Beautiful watch that I absolutely love, and I am battling myself not to sell this because I do want to buy another watch, and I cannot bring myself to keep this watch and buy another watch. It is a Roger Dubuis Monegasque.
It's a beautiful watch. I like the dial, but it's a very dressy watch, I guess.
It's dressy, yeah. It's not sporty. I do like a nice dress watch, but I do like a sport watch.
I'm just thinking of the occasions on which you're wearing this.
There isn't many occasions. Usually I end up wearing my dad's watch or a Vacheron. So I don't wear it very often, so it's probably time to sell it. What do you think?
I think it's a beautiful watch. It looks great on you. I think maybe if you just dressed a little better, you can.
What do you mean, not wear sweatpants all the time?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not just like sweatpants and sneakers all the time.
Yeah, I'll just sell the watch, I think.
Okay.
All right. The next watch is a watch that was a Grail watch for a very long time. I purchased it, and now I don't wear it very often because I'm horrified of the fact that it is radioactive.
But
you
he's
are
bringing
pregnant.
it closer to his pregnant wife.
I know, but it's not. I mean, I don't keep it in the house because I don't keep any of my watches in my house, but it's just, it's just me. I know there's a lot of people who came out to me and said there's really no issue with you wearing a watch that has radium in it. However, I got a Geiger counter for this watch and it did go pretty high, but then a few of my friends were like, no, that's not actually very high. You could wear this up to 100 times per year without really being affected. And I was like, that is ridiculous, but that's horrifying. And those were like actual scientists. So what do you think of this watch?
It's cool, classic. I mean,
it is cool and classic. It's just, it was a Grail of mine for a very, very long time. Just the 50 Fathoms in general. And that's why I love this watch.
it's cool. Put it over there.
Okay, the next watch is the Bel Canto. I know, she does not like the Bel Canto. And tell them
It looks like a pinball machine.
She thinks it looks like a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Christopher Ward, I hope you're not listening.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, the craftsmanship that's behind, I respect all the craftsmanship that goes behind it, but where am I looking for the time?
The time is right up here at the top. That's it. And the whole point of this is that it's an hour striker, so...
Okay.
You hit that button, and then you hit, you have to get the hours to go through.
And then
so
the ball goes up to the top.
There's no ball, but listen, there you go. You heard that?
Oh, okay, cool.
That's it.
No, that's cool.
So when you run through the hours, it actually chimes. That's all.
Okay.
That's the whole thing there.
It's pretty.
Talking about titanium, this is probably, I think, my biggest watch currently. This is a monster. But
it's a monster.
It is my favorite. It's one of my favorite watches next to my Vacherons. This is my IWC Perpetual Calendar Flyback Chronograph with digital display of the month and day.
It's not my...
And leap year. You have a leap year right there, just in case. It's in
right.
grade 5 titanium, ceramic.
It's a monster, like you said. And there's so many things going on with it.
You don't like this one?
No, I can get why it would be appealing for someone, but it's not for me.
Okay. I love the watch.
Like too technical.
Too technical. Okay.
I'm getting a
I can see it.
headache.
All right. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in that watch. I agree. There's a lot. I think this is another watch that you're not a huge fan of.
It's again the shape.
Yeah, this is a vintage minute repeater that is made by Angelus. I'm a big fan of the brand Angelus in general, their vintage watches in particular, but a lot of their new watches are really cool. I just recently got to check those out. But this is a minute repeater. Let's listen to that.
It sounds great.
Huh?
Okay. Sounds great. I mean, I get the appeal of like this big chunk of gold, but...
It's actually not gold. It's in stainless steel and it's PVD coated gold. Okay, so you're not a fan of the last three watches. Let's see if we have a winner with this one. This did you just moan? This has always been an appealing watch. I think I get a lot of compliments where I wear this. It's a watch that I don't wear often enough, I think. This is again, another grade 5 titanium watch. This is a Vicentera. It has a tiny miniature globe in it. What do you think?
I always felt something about this watch was like, first of all, I think it's really a cool watch because it's offset. You have the tiny globe. That reminds me of like a Burbo Forzi. But for some reason, I think the color, and you could customize. Is this a custom? No. It almost feels like it's unfinished in a sense because like the negative space in here is steel.
Yeah, I think they did something different with that in later versions, but in this version was a pretty early on version of this watch, so
yeah,
that's what they went with. So.
Yeah.
I still like it. I think it's really cool. You know, I don't wear it very often, but I probably end up wearing it on a semi-regular basis, I guess. So before we go on, I'm going to do a quick wristwatch check for myself. And today I have on my newest purchase. This is a titanium GST from IWC. So this is the second IWC that I've purchased in about a year's time. This is the third IWC that I've owned. One of them I actually sold. That was a Ingenieur, so I replaced that Ingenieur with this Ingenieur, which is a little bit nicer than that original Ingenieur that I owned. This GST is a perpetual calendar and a chronograph as well. This one has a moon phase with an aventurine disc and a cool 18 karat gold moon. And this also has a digital display for the year. So a pretty rare watch, but I think an underappreciated watch is how I would describe it. What do you think of this watch?
I think that it's cool. Can I hold it?
Yeah.
It feels like a toy because it's so light. I don't know, there's something like off to me about the titanium. But I really like the dial. It's like technical and sporty and fun, and I like it a lot better than the other one.
Okay, all right. Well, tell us the truth, why don't you? Yeah, I really love this watch. Honestly, though, I just think this is sort of like hyper watch territory, where this is more practical everyday watch. So next is basically, we're coming to the last two watches of my core collection. I use the word core collection when I describe this collection because I'm talking about watches that are sort of the ones that I probably don't want to sell. However, you know, I will sell just in case I have to fund a new watch. So
for me,
right. This is an Omega. This is a 1957 limited edition Seamaster 300.
Oh, this one I like a lot better than the other Omega.
So you like this one?
I like that one.
Do you like the vintage look? What is it about?
I like the vintage look. I just think it's cleaner. The shape, it's still there, that kind of vintage shape, but it tapers into the bracelet a little bit better. It seems more sleek.
Okay, there we go. And then last, this is another watch that you probably know pretty well. This is the last watch we're going to look at today. This is a Panerai. This is my Panerai Carbotech.
I like this one. I like
it
a lot.
Again, are you obligated to say that you like this watch?
I like this better than the other Panerais that you have.
I'm thinking about selling this back.
I know, but I actually like this one, and I'm
thinking about selling this watch. I'm thinking about selling. I've thought about selling this Santos, and I've thought about selling the, where the hell is it? The Roger Dubuis. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but I definitely want to fund a new watch. So I was thinking about selling a few of the watches. Maybe not. I have no idea, but I know there are a lot of them that you really like that you don't want me to sell, but a lot of them you think I probably should sell, probably. Well, I mean, from the look of this, I think you liked about 50% of the watches.
Yeah, and a lot of the ones that you're considering selling are ones that I am kind of partially attached to. But what watch are you thinking of buying from selling all of these watches?
Something substantial, I think, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to check out Worn and Wound if you are interested in the box that I've been highlighting throughout this video. Their watch box, really, really cool. And again, they have it in a couple of different colors. It's made out of really nice materials. Steel, wood, glass, and it also has those really nice pillows. Just a really nice box. And they have a few different colors, as I mentioned, for $254. You really can't go wrong. But that's really it. Overall, your overall impressions of my collection, I think you didn't like it that much. You were like 50-50 on it, but that's fine. Yeah. I'm not, you know, the watches I have to wear, not you. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't mind. And that means you won't want to borrow all my watches all the time to wear them, so that's fine.
Well, maybe I'll start.
Yeah, hopefully not. Anyway, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me again.
Did you enjoy this as much as you did last time? You can be very honest. It's not a problem.
No.
No. All right, great. that was actually
You're
very
a delight to work with.
I am a delight. I've been told that many times.
No, it's been fun. Thank you so much for having me on the channel.
Thank you. All right. The next time you see WatchKelly, she will have had another child. Okay.
Wish us luck.
Yes. Thank you. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Thank you for checking this out. We will see you in the next video.
Bye.